Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you are entertained, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. It's Monday, and that's when I usually roll all of my options, but right now, I'm trying to gather up my cash to be able to do a margin withdrawal. So it's actually not going to take very long today because I only have the two SPY calls to roll over. So we have one that is on June 26th, and it is at $606, and SPY is currently at 597, which is good. So we're going to roll this position, and it was expiring on June 26th, so we'll do the 27th. And look, it's currently at 31 cents. So we can go to, I'm looking because I think while it's a reasonable price, we should go up. So we'll go to 609. We'll get a $20 credit. That's good for a day's work. 2. And we will, I will try to pay attention and roll this every day this week. And then we'll go and do the other one, and eventually, soon, we'll have all that margin out to pay to do my indirect IRA withdrawal. Okay, so this is on August 29th. So this is the next one, and we are at 609, so I think we can go just to 610. I feel like that's a 2-week period though, right? 3-week. Yeah, maybe we won't change this one and we'll just roll the other one. Yeah, I'm kind of, my credit was 15, it's now at 13. So I could buy to close this, but I'm kind of over losing money on options this month. So we'll just wait for this to be so that we can just roll it over when we can advance. So that's it for the SPY stuff. I do have, we look at my margin buffer. Here I have $366.38, which it was good of them to have that filled. So 366.38. We go to here, so 366.68, right? 366.38. Okay. So that means I can we'll buy 6 shares of Goldie and 2 shares of Feet, and then figure out how much money we can put in YMAX and PLTY. We're getting close. I wasn't really thinking about any vanity stopping points, but I think 3,500 shares of YMAX and 3,500 shares of Goldie is enough in any particular one of my holdings, especially since that makes them a quarter or more of my portfolio. So once we're at a quarter, going to something else. I haven't figured out what the else is yet. Mostly I want something that is a basket, preferably weekly, and something that will stabilize my portfolio, because that's what YMAX and Goldie have been doing, at least in theory. So let's start with GLDY, and we're going to buy as a limit order. It is currently between 1844 and 1855. So I haven't been very aggressive with this because I would rather just get it out the door. So we're going to do 6 and not market hours, but we'll do extended hours and September 21st. So yeah, that's good. And hopefully we can just get that out the door today. And then we'll do, I usually just go down the list that I have. So for YMAX, we're just going to buy in dollars and 109.91. I'm just checking and making sure that I did that in right, because I don't want to buy like 109 shares of this. Done. And then one of the neat things about doing selling all of my options is that when I look at my buying power, they're like, hey, use some of your margin. You're not using any margin. It's been forever since I haven't been using any margin. So so for feet, we want to do a limit order. The price is between $35.37 and $35.50, which when I'm not feeling that aggressive about wanting to own it, I'll just put it below the bid price. But we'll just do this at like 40 cents. And we need 2 of these. And yes. Oh no, we don't want it at market hours. We want it at extended hours and until September 21st. And that is now bought. And then we do PLTY last. We now have pending orders. Okay. It's up here. So yeah, I wish that this told us how much cash I had instead of how much is in my buying power, because it's a little bit different. But I think if I just buy $72 of PLTY, that it'll make up for us going over budget in other places, more or less. So yeah, I would eventually, like, since I'm trying to live off of this and I don't have that much excess, I do need to invest in other income ETFs right now. But I would love to go back to my silos at some point. And it might just look like it's getting ramped up, but like, and these are all going to have to change too, because MST didn't exist, YBTC wasn't paying on a different day. So these are going to get spruced up, but like, I would love to be able to get my MSTY silo going, my Bitcoin silo going, my AI semiconductor silo going, and I really cleaned up my trash polka, which is nice. But I think, well, okay. So I do need more money. I need to take it out of MSTY. Oh, right, yeah. So I was just going to sell my MSTY, just straight up. However, I'm waiting for funds to settle. It was my severance, and it's going to settle by Thursday, so I may as well trade MSTY options and have it expire on Friday, even though next week is when MSTY has their distribution, so it's going to suck emotionally for me to be selling shares of MSTY right before the distribution. But I overextended myself, and that's what happens when you overextend yourself. So I don't want to, no, I don't want to buy a call. Sell a call. No. Here. Yeah, that makes sense. We're gonna do it at, well, here's to hoping it, we'll just do $5. It's hard enough for me as it is. Continue, and 5, and so hopefully it's above $21 by Friday, and I get my shares taken away. And it's okay because $21 is more expensive than it is right at this exact moment. So if I sold it right now, it would be at $20.37. So if it gets sold at $21, then that's just bad luck. So, and hopefully it's not down to $19 on Monday the 30th. But I have until the 15th to be able to redeposit the IRA, so on Friday I will start experimenting with withdrawing. Well, I might just wait till next Monday just to get everything, all my ducks in a row. But yeah, I think when I take this money out, these 500 shares worth, I'll put it into YBTC because it pays weekly. It has a 25% margin, and it's also, well, this was the $40,000 that I had taken out of Bitcoin to help pay for this. So I put it $20,000 into MSTY, and I'm now selling back out of it. So this means that I'm lowering my cost basis on MSTY. I won't be able to buy back into MSTY for 30 days because of the wash sale rules. But I can buy YBTC and have that start paying me weekly, even though LFGY pays more than YBTC, but YBTC is a lower margin maintenance and pays on a different day. So that was my logic behind this. Wish me luck. Hopefully MSTY and BTC, they, oh, actually I'm gonna go ahead and buy in USD, just $10. And the reason for this is for the drawing that they have for 5 entries, which show more. I think I might be close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, 6. Okay, well that's enough buying BTC for now. So, anyways, now that I have done all of my rolling over this and doing my options, I'm going to be using my YieldMight to compare funds, which is what you can see I've been doing. Basically, there's an advanced, well, this is the simplified view when you first come in. You can go into advanced, and I did compare funds, and I actually did by alphabetical, which does all of the individual tickers. And so I wanted to compare 5e with LFGY, which they're not the same, but this let me just compare them side by side because I'm in 5e, and my thought process was it doesn't pay as much as feet, and I like 5e as like an overall fund, but if LFGY is paying more for now, maybe I will sell my 5e and put it into something like LFGY. But LFGY has a 35% margin maintenance, so and 5e has a 25% margin maintenance. So I'm not going to do anything until after I take out the margin to complete my indirect IRA transfer, and then we'll see how much margin I want to take out to help boost my income and paying back, well, not really paying back the margin loan, but like replacing everything is a cash withdrawal to I'm using the margin to buy into high income ETFs that will pay me money to give me more equity so that we have more buying power. So, anyways, for financial philharmonics, we have Bad Stocks. It's inspired by Bad Boys, the cops theme song. It's a reggae song. I think it's cute, and you should listen to it if you'd like to. And then finally, I need to share some bad news. Or at least I want to talk about this bad news, and I'd like to warn you that it does involve death. And so I understand if you don't want to listen to this, and you can click off and have a good day. But I was walking my dogs yesterday, and it started out with, the first dog, we were on the edge of the woods, and he jumped, and I was like, oh no, you just got bit by a copperhead, didn't you? But he didn't, and he's fine. And so, I'd seen 3 of my bottle babies, and we went and we left, and then the second dog, we went out and we went back. By the third dog, I was like, where is Esmeralda? Because for the last few days, she'd been hanging out with the big herd. So, I was trying to find her as I was walking the third dog, and I saw something white in the middle of the field, and I was like, yeah, that's Esmeralda. I can see her collar that she has on. And then I was like, that does not seem like a natural sleeping position. And so my last dog, we went for a walk, but I was very anxious, and I was like, we're going to go back early. And I drove my car down to the end of the pasture, and these sheep wanted treats, and I was trying to get the chain off of the gate, and they kept biting my hands. It took me 10 minutes to get into the field, but not even halfway up the pasture, Esmeralda died. We don't know from what. Not a predator. She wasn't. She was. Okay, I don't want to get graphic. I am traumatized though. I did stop with the last dog and grabbed a trash bag, but didn't grab gloves. And so when I approached her, I was like, yeah, no, I can't. And so I called my dad, and I asked him if the farm manager could come and take care of Esmeralda, because it was distressful. And then the farm manager didn't respond, so I wound up having to take care of Esmeralda myself. And by then, the other 3 bottle babies had found me, and we were playing with each other. And so I'm not afraid of zombies. You're afraid of zombies. But I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to touch her or anything. And then the babies kept like biting at me and I kept jumping and I was like, oh, she's not going to come alive or anything. But it was not great. No. But eventually the farm manager did come like right as I was finishing putting her in the trash bag. So he's going to properly dispose of her. But I think it was probably bloat, something like that, or scours. So it happens. It's not amazing. I just keep looking at my dogs and my cats and I'm going, Esmeralda's dead. So yeah, that was how my evening went yesterday. And hopefully this week is better. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.